Ill-gotten gains is anything that's bogus you holding up.
All right.
And I'm saying, if y'all want to reach to the kids, most of these women are not with the father of their children because their children are ill-gotten gains.
Inside sources revealed that when T.I. knew about King Harris's relationship with Big Nana, he sat him down and tried to explain that this relationship was headed for trouble. As
the children are allowed to live and make it 9 months and come through the monkey because the father was used to make this child in an illegitimate way.
And not only did he reach out to Big Nana warning her that he was not going to let her manipulate her way into the family finances as he was not financially responsible for her, but he also secretly took a DNA test of the baby. And it turns out that T.I. was right. Big Nana was only with King Harris for the fame and the money as the DNA test came back negative.
You are not the father.
Career, and his instinct kept telling him this whole relationship was some sort of a ploy from Big Nana to get money from the family. Inside sources revealed that King Harris was left heartbroken, shocked, and moved to tears. And T.I. told him he got to handle this himself. He had done the best he could do as his father to prevent he ends up being extorted by Big Nana with another man's child.
Because the Lord knows, man, we got some solid dads out there, man. A lot of times they don't get the credit, they get beat up, and they take it.
We've seen it many times to where parents actually take DNA testing and find out that they're not the father, but they're
still obligated.
They're still the legal father because they created a parent-child relationship with that child, or they went through the process, or there was a default, and now they're deemed the legal father.
Where from 5 to 30% of the general population, men are raising and paying for children that are not theirs and don't know. According to the American Association of Blood Banks, between 25 and 30% of the males who are accused of being the father, they take a paternity test and find out they did not do it.
I need all my money back, bro. Right there, open that right now, bro. You been playing with me, bro. Them twins are not mine. Open this. Come on. What is this? This is DNA test for the twins. You know the twins? You said that was mine? 12 years? 12 years?
It ain't even 2 pieces of paper. It ain't even 2 pieces of paper.
I need it. I don't care, bro. I went to go get the DNA test, bro. Stop playing.
Are you for mandatory DNA testing at birth?
I am absolutely on record as saying that if we want to prevent the problem of having men challenge paternity later down the road, then let's apply a proactive solution. Automatic DNA testing at birth would work to help two things. One, we would assure that the right parents were named on the birth certificate. Two, it would stop paternity fraud and take the profit out of paternity fraud.
But so many women's groups say this wouldn't be fair. You're acting like you don't trust the mother. Why do you think
falsely accuse a man of being your baby's daddy? It's called parentage fraud, and it's no joke. It's a new era. Ladies are legally free to be with whomever they feel free to be with. And for some women, an honest mistake could be made. Just make sure you're sincere and you've done your homework. And if you're making a legal claim to force a resistant man to claim your child as his dependent, make sure you can back it up with the facts.
I know somebody who's like in New York, I believe it's like 2 years. You have 2 years to contest that you're not the father. And if you pay child support, and then like let's say in year 3 you find out that you're not the father, you still got to pay child support for the remaining.
You're the legal father.
So I was reading that this young man slumped over and died right after reading the DNA results that the son that he's been taking care of for all this long does not belong to him. This was after he caught his wife cheating on him with a younger man through Snapchat video. So the only reason why he got the DNA test was because he realized, okay, so my woman is a cheater. My woman is very choo-choo for the street, Thomas the Trainhead. So you're like, oh, let me just go ahead and get a DNA test on this kid I've been taking care of for years. Just to find out it's not even your child. All the emotional and financial investment that you just invested in somebody else's child. You were like a student grant. I definitely agree that she should be in jail because it's like, you just read the result and just pockets were shook. I couldn't imagine knowing that I took care of somebody for so long just for them not to be mine. This is why people believe at birth DNA test should be mandatory.
DNA test, bro, stop playing.
First of all,
Where's the money? I need my money. I don't even care. I need my money.
I was 12 years old.
I don't care.
If you want a DNA test, you should have got a DNA test when I laid on the table.
That don't mean nothing,
You was
bro.
there.
No, I don't want.
It don't matter.
I got this
It don't
DNA
matter.
test.
12 years. Who else do they know?
Like, what
Who
is
else
y'all?
do
What
they
is you
know?
doing?
Who else do they
I
know?
need my money.
I'm eating because every dollar I make goes on my plan.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. And I quote the wise words of Belle Biv DeVoe when I say, never trust a big butt in a smile. Because some of these harlots are out here dropping their side babies on these gentlemen. 12 years, child support payments. And if you think you're getting your money back, the only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. You know, you polite savages, I gotta be a little tough on a young man here. You see, he had a golden opportunity. He had the fact that a lot of fellas don't have. He had a father to advise him whether he likes the way the message is delivered or not. You see, that's the problem with us today. We'll get a hard message, and instead of taking it in stride and understanding that the truth is a bitter pill, and sometimes you gotta be quiet and swallow that medicine, Halls. But you know, there's one thing that you have to really think about. See, if you're a lame, you're a lame. No matter how much money you have, no matter the status. If you haven't been in that situation before, you better depend on other folks who have. You need to be the least intelligent person in the room and take advice. I mean, let's look at this situation. Allegedly, this man thought he was going to be a father, and allegedly he found out that that child was not his. And he didn't even do it himself. His father took it upon himself to DNA test. And if that's the facts, man, Dad helped him dodge a bullet now, didn't he? But here's the lame part about it. His dad came to him and gave us some information that he didn't really feel this lady and didn't think her heart was in the right place. But a lot of young men look at their father as somebody who's like an old fuddy-duddy who doesn't understand the world, even though the father's the reason why they even have what they have today. Let's just think about this logically. Man goes to work, puts a roof over your head, makes your life a lot easier than it will ever be, but he doesn't understand what you're going through because you think he has some years on him. Man, they say it and it's the truth. Youth is wasted on the young. But here's some advice to the young bucks out there. Learn from others' mistakes and take a wise man's advice. And especially if that person giving you advice is your dad. Because it comes down to it that he's probably the only man in the world who wants to see you excel far more than he did.
Hey, man, it's an old parable that says the only person that truly wants to see you do better than them and be better than them is your father. Your father, man. Your father say, man, I want you to be a better man than me.
Everybody think the man is supposed to sacrifice his life for everybody else, and he don't get no reward,
no respect,
no enjoyment for it, and there's no return on it. The man's happiness don't mean nothing to nobody.
Carlson White is not being hyperbolic here. He's telling the truth. People feel like a man is only as worth as what he can produce. That's why the conversation is so relevant nowadays when people want to know how much you make. The first thing a woman wants to know is your occupation. Things that have nothing to do with your character and your ability to stick through a tough situation. Because the truth is, half of them don't care. They're looking for the bag. And then you wonder why marriage rates are plummeting at an all-time high. And ladies will sit there and lie to you and act like they're the ones who don't want to get married, while all along they're sitting here yearning for a man to get down on one knee, present them with a ring, and make them the wife that they want to be. But guess what? They walk by the good guys to the pookies, then turn around and try to stick the baby on the good guy. 12 years paying for one that's not yours. Ouch. Bitter pill to swallow. But I'm going to tell you one thing. It's time to wake up.
Wake up.
I once heard my grandmother say, a broke man is like a broke hand. That's right. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
So ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, what is the recourse? What should a man do in this situation? Because if a man walks away, the court can still hold him responsible. even if it isn't his child. And there's many states where you don't even have to know that your name is on the birth certificate. Let's be clear, it's unreasonable but totally legal for a lady to not inform you that she has had your baby and then turn around and take you to court and say, hey, I need support and pay back the government assistance that she's received. Does this happen a lot? No, but I'm just looking for ideas and closing of loopholes that make this whole situation detrimental to the male population. You see, ladies rail up and down about inequality, but they'll never talk about this inequality. They'll never talk about the ability of them to easily bamboozle a man, razzle-dazzle the system, and put you under a situation where you cannot recover. $30,000 in arrears, you'll be paying that for the rest of your life. And oh, they're the first ones to laugh at you and say, hey, you went to jail. Hey, you lost your passport. But guess what? When it's not, again, when it's not his child, they're the last one to say they're gonna pay it back. And that is a huge issue.
Come on now, we know females is lying just as much as dudes nowadays.
Yes, and
with a straight face,
folks.
with tears coming down at times.
What about the ones trapping? I feel like men need a level of protection as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel so strongly about my stance on this. It's because there are no rules, regulations, no ethics, no morals from our side to them on paying a man back.
Imagine being ordered to pay child support, only to find out later that the child isn't yours. What happens then?
How many scenarios have y'all seen where he got told he was the daddy, he went X amount of years doing whatever, and when the baby turned out not to be his, rather he did a little bit or a lot, you owe him.
That's so
and
true.
females' favorite thing, because I watched somebody close to me go through it, they favorite thing, well, you was barely there anyway. I wouldn't give a damn if I bought one diaper. Get my money back for that one night I'm talking about.
But refunds for the years of child support that you paid, you're probably not going to get that. Especially if you signed a voluntary acknowledgement of paternity when the kid was born.
And I'm just here to salute the fathers who dispel the rumor that men don't want to spend time with their children, especially men in the community, when it shows that we spend more time than anyone with our kids, more time bathing those children. CDC report, and guess who they talk to? The ladies. And let's give a shout out to the men who advise their children to get paternity tests, advise their children that maybe this isn't the right thing to do. Advise their children that perhaps this lady just isn't into you, because as an older man, you can see and understand a lot more than that young man does. And let's give a shout out to the young men for listening to him if they do. But we all know that a lot of people get all up in their emotions and say the stupid old same old, same old. Oh, I know she really loves me. Oh, she said she would never do that to me. Fool, who have you known longer? Who has done more for you in your lifetime? A hard head makes a soft ass. And that's exactly what almost happened in this situation.
This mound of paperwork shows a juvenile court judge ordered him to pay child support even before the birth.
I didn't do a voluntary acknowledgement. I didn't sign the birth certificate. All I knew is we legitimated the child in your name.
Bowery asked several judges during several hearings for a DNA test, but no judge ordered one.
I said, how did I even get put on child support? And I never said this was my child. And they said, again, this is not what we're here for.
In 2009, he took the child himself to get a DNA test and found the son he'd supported for years was not biologically his.
Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.